What is up, guys? I came to a massive realization and I wanted to bring it on here and share it with you because someone in my comments asked me not long ago, how do you stay so consistent with your nutrition and your workout when you're trying to lose weight? Because like after losing 40 pounds in 90 days, got a pretty good grasp on how to conquer that little voice inside of your head telling you to cheat on your diet, to skip your workout. Right, and I want to cover that, and I'm going to cover it with 3 simple steps in this video so you're going to walk away and know exactly what to do. But the number one thing that I want to start off with is that everyone talks about how it's you versus you, right? Everyone talks about how like there's this version of you that you can become in the future, and obviously it's true. It is very true that you can become this version that you envision in your head, the jacked, the lean, the disciplined person that sticks to his workouts 24/7, that doesn't miss, right? There is that version of you. But then there's also the version of you that you are right now, right? And the reason that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggled with as well, is that you are so used to being the person that you are. You're so used to being validated for the person that you are right now by the people around you, by your environment that you're in, that even when you go to change, it feels more comfortable to stay where you are. Because realistically, you and I both know that change is good. Getting in the best shape of your life is good. It's beneficial for us. We both know that you getting in the gym, working out, doing 30 minutes of cardio a day and losing the fat that you've got, you and I both know that that is good for you. But why can't we change? And that's the exact point I'm making here, is that there's this version one of you, you're so used to validating who you are through everything that you've been through, and everyone else around you as well validates who you are as a person right now as well. And that makes you feel comfortable, because our brains, we don't like to go out of our comfort zones, as you know. We don't like to change. We don't like to do anything different. And you know what I'm talking about. It feels easier in the moment just to go back to that validation right now, as opposed to going and changing, to taking the action. But in a realistic manner, it is not hard to do the 4 workouts per week. It's not hard to do 30 minutes of cardio a day. But we create this vision in our head that it is hard because we're so used to being who we are right now. Right? I want to explain this in a little bit more depth. Because let's say you are fat right now, which you probably are if you clicked on this video. You're so used to being treated like you're fat, and you're so used to looking at yourself like you're fat, that every experience that you've been through in your life has aligned you up to being this person who you are right now at this point, right? So you're living in alignment with who you are right now. And that's the main point that I want to get across to you, is that the person that you are right now, you're constantly validating every day that you get up, every day that you take the same actions, the same habits, and lie to yourself every time that you say that you want to change, but then you don't. Every time your mind, it just knows that you're lying, right? It just knows that you're not telling the truth. And then even if you try for a couple weeks, because you haven't seen the progress of this end outcome person that you want, we end up going back to these old habits because it feels more comfortable, because you're used to the validation of being in that position in your life. And that's why, even though change might be good for you, it feels so difficult in the moment. It feels so hard in the moment to make that action, to take that change. Like 90 days of change is so much easier if you realistically think about it than having a lifetime of pain of staying exactly where you are. But we're so used to being exactly where we are that this change almost feels fucking impossible, because you've spent the last however many years it's been for you acting in accordance to the person that you are right now. So your ego right now is used to being who you are. It's used to being the person that you are in your life right now. And I bring this up because like it's something that I struggle with. Right, I come on here, we try to get validation. I look at my subscribers, I look at my views, I look at all my comments, things like that, and I wonder like, fuck, I'm just so tied to like the end outcome. But we tie ourselves to this end outcome, and every time that we don't have it, every time that we don't get that validation that we're looking for the person that we want to become, when you do that, it just makes it seem easier to go back to the comfortable option of staying exactly where you are for the rest of your life, right? And we constantly chase validation from others as well, and the people that we surround ourselves with as well. And that's point number 2, is that we're always chasing validation from others, from someone else, from our parents, from your sister, from your friends, from the environment that you're in, based on who you are as a person right now. And that feels comfortable when they validate you because you're so used to validating yourself in that way as well. So you're constantly stuck in the cycle of like, okay, I want to improve, I want to get better, I want to get to this big end goal, but we have to change the person that you are right now, and it's uncomfortable to do, and it's hard to hear that way, but you have to actually understand that you have to kill the whole version of you that you are right now, right? You have to create a whole new identity, and no one talks about this, because you can't change but keep the same old habits that you have. It's literally impossible. You can't become someone new if you keep taking the same actions that you used to take, right? You can't become someone new if you validate the old actions that you were taking over and over and over again. It just doesn't work. You're living out of alignment with the person that you need to become in the future, right? So we need to create this new version of you. We need to create this version of you that doesn't give a fuck about the validation of others. We need to create this version of you that doesn't care about what other people think and falls in love with the process of the work to create the new person that you want to become. We have to create this version that aligns with the future you and what you want out of your life, what you want out of your physique, what you want. It's not what anyone else wants. It's what you want for your life, for your health, for your future. You have to create this version of you that is successful when it comes to working out, when it comes to eating the nutrition, when it comes to sticking to it consistently, right? We have to create this version of you that doesn't give a fuck about the validation of other people or validating yourself and who you are right now. We have to create this version of you through relentless daily action and daily habits with an outcome and goal in mind. But once we understand this outcome, this big goal that we want to work towards, this person that you're becoming, we sort of have to stop and actually reflect and look and think, okay, well, there's no point in me fucking thinking about that person 24/7, because every thought that I'm not there, every time that I'm not there, it's going to reconfirm that I'm not there yet. And then it's going to be so much easier to go back to the comfort, to the easier option, to staying stuck exactly where you are in this rut. And that's what I want to fix with you, is you have to fixate your mind on this person that you want to become. You do have to create this vision, this version of you that you do think about, but you subconsciously have to think about this person, right? You have to set your mindset on this person. But I'm going to give you some very actionable tips, and I want you to walk this through with me. And this is becoming the new you. I want you to actually sit down here with me and think to yourself, okay, who is this person and what are the actions that he needs to take? How does he actually lose the weight? How does he stay consistent? And how does he stay disciplined? Right? What is the vision of you? What is this version of you? How much exact weight do you want to lose? Right, I want you to write this down right now with me. How much weight do you actually want to get off your body? How much? And from there, what I want you to do as well is I want you to find an actual image, an actual graph of who you are, that physique that you want. I want you to show yourself who that person is. Right? Your face might look different, but at least your physique will look the same. Then we have a clear, intentional vision that we can take intentional action towards every single solitary day. Now the power here is going to come in the morning and at nighttime, and when you're sort of doing your cardio and doing a bit of daydreaming. Right? What we're going to do is in these moments just before you go to bed and when you wake up, I want you to actually write down and journal. This is something that completely changed my life that I know will help you. I want you to actually write down just before you go to bed, when you first sort of wake up, after you do your 10,000, well maybe not 10,000 first thing in the morning, after you do good 5,000 when you first wake up, you need to win that battle in the morning, get some daily wins in the morning, and that way you're going to start seeing progress really damn quickly because you're putting your thoughts to action. So every single day I want you to write down specifically what you need to do that day to create that person that you are becoming. Right? I need you to fall in love with that part. of doing it every day, of taking the habits and applying them to your life. And the best way that I can tell you to do this is first, when you wake up in the morning, is get wins with a quick morning routine, 5,000 steps, right? 10, 15 minutes, right? That's intentional action straight away when you wake up. That's treating your mind like, okay, this is what we do now. This is what we do now. And when you consistently do that and fall in love with the process, then what you do after that is, I like to call this coffee without the coffee method, but jump in the cold shower, right? Do something to discipline yourself first thing in the morning. But the point here is that I want you to journal straight after that. I want you to write down who you are becoming. And this sounds woo-woo, I get it. But I want you to sit down and actually understand, okay, this is the physique that I want. I can vision it, I can see it in my mind. I'm going to take the daily actions that's required, and I want you to write down the daily actions every single day. And I'll give you an explanation why. So we have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Right, so basically first thing in the morning and at nighttime, we are the most susceptible to be able to change who we are in our minds, to change our beliefs in our minds. And when we do this, slowly over time, it will cause you to take the actions that's required for you to become that person. Because when you start to first believe, the only place that you can actually change first is within your mind to who you want to become, right? Because your mind first thinks, okay, I need to take a different action, right? And when you start to think like this, you will begin to take that action slowly, slowly, slowly over time. And when you're constantly thinking about this person that you want to become over time and time and time again, at nighttime and in the morning, and whenever you're sort of half daydreaming, just sit there, constantly go, okay, this is who I'm becoming, but I'm going to focus on the goal. I'm going to focus on the work. I'm going to focus on the input. And that is how you change. This is how you create this new version of you. You have to know exactly what you need to do every single day. Right? I'm telling you, it's 10,000 steps. It's eating about 500 calories below your maintenance. It's eating whole foods. And it's hitting the gym 4 to 5 times per week. That's it. 30 minutes low intensity steady state cardio per day. Stairmaster. Those are the habits that it's going to take for you to get there. Regardless of who you are and what your goal is, those are the base standards of how you will get there. And all it is treating yourself as if you are that person already. Right? Treating yourself as if you are in intention and alignment with that person already. Because it's all built in the mind. And when you back your mind with the belief, and when you back your belief, from your mind with action, that's a slow reinforcement over and over and over again. And that's why you're stuck where you are right now, is because you're constantly backing your belief that you have in your head right now that you are fat with more action that aligns with that. So all we need to do is change your beliefs about yourself by becoming this person first, which we do this first thing in the morning and late at night by imagining who we are actually becoming, and then aligning our thoughts with actual action and then doing it. Actually going out and doing it. That's the fucking difficult part. But the best way to do it is by envisioning who you are becoming. And I know this sounds woo-woo, and I know this sounds dumb. But thoughts are only backed by action. And to become someone new, you must first believe in your head that you can become that person. Right? You'd stop looking for the bullshit validation from other people. Stop bullshit validating yourself and who you are right now. Stop bullshitting the person that you are right now. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself that you want something, then not taking the actions and not actually changing the beliefs. We have to change the underlying problem, which is the beliefs. You stop looking for the validation from other people. I promise when you start to do that, in this video, so much more authentic, because I want you to get results, but I almost don't give a fuck about how this video actually turns out. I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm speaking from who I am and my experiences, as opposed to trying to force something down your throat. Man, this is just real life, tangible examples that you can go away with. You can go back and watch my old videos. I'd yell and scream like a fucking loser. Right? Sure, I get angry. Sure, I get upset. Sure, I have all these emotions just like you do. But you need to understand that you need to back your emotion. You need to back your belief with action. Because you can do it. I did it. I do believe in you with my whole heart. You don't need validation from anyone else. You need to find validation in the work that's right in front of your very eyes. When you do that, when you get on the treadmill, when you get on the Stairmaster, you think in your head, this is who I am. This is who I am now. And you constantly remind yourself of that every single solitary fucking day. And then it becomes impossible that you don't become that person. But it feels easier just to go back to the comfort. And that is the hard part. That is the hard part. That's the only difference, man, between you and where you want to go is seeking validation from the person that you are right now and seeking validation from those around you and becoming that whole new person and seeking validation from the fucking work. If you start to seek validation from the work, I guarantee you, your life will change. So the takeaways, subconscious mind, first thing in the morning, envision who you're becoming. You're most susceptible then. Second thing, late at night, when you're about to go to bed, do it then as well. And then any sort of time that you're daydreaming, that you're drifting off, just sort of try catch yourself in those moments and think, okay, I'm allowed to daydream. But when I'm daydreaming, I'm going to subconsciously think about the person that I'm becoming. When you're walking on that treadmill, just think about, okay, this is who I am now. This is who I am now. And I guarantee you, you will stay consistent. You will stay disciplined. You just have to seek validation from the inside, from your internal being, and not from the outside sources, not from who you used to be, not from anyone else around you. Just you. Just you. And I guarantee you, you will see results. And if you enjoyed this goddamn video, man, I really fucking hope you did. Right? Straight raw off the top of my head, based on experiences that I've been through and learnings that I've learned. Right? I care about you. I care about your results. I genuinely want to see you fucking succeed. Man, with my whole heart. With my whole heart. Right? And if you feel stuck in a rut, if you feel like your habits aren't aligning with your actions and you want to get in the best shape of your life and align the person that you actually want to become and have someone in your corner backing you, believing in you every single solitary step of the way, giving you every single tangible lesson that I've learned, then click the link below. I really do, with my whole heart, hope you fucking enjoyed this video. And I really hope it changed your perspective on how to get in the best shape of your goddamn life. Be consistent, be disciplined, and actually conquer your mind and your fucking body. Let's fucking go. Never return back to the old version of you.